The Israel Defense Force has conducted a mission to rescue 2 hostages being held in the southern Gaza city of Rafah. Israel's Prime Minister praised the operation, but there's growing international pressure on Israel to stop its planned ground offensive in the city. At least 67 Palestinians were killed in the attack, many of them women and children, according to the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry.
Rescued after 4 months in captivity, the Israeli military says these men, 61-year-old Fernando Simon Marman and 70-year-old Louis Hare, have been rescued from a residential building in Rafah. Israel says the men were kidnapped by Hamas from kibbutz near Yitzhak on October the 7th. They are only the second and third Israeli hostage to have been rescued in what the IDF says was a complex operation.
Early in the morning, special forces broke into a building in the heart of Rafah. On the second floor, Luis and Fernando were held by armed Hamas terrorists who were in the building and in the neighbouring buildings.
Relatives say the government must stay focused on getting the rest home.
It doesn't matter if it's babies, women, men, elder people, everybody must come back as soon as possible. And we know about the discussions in Cairo or in Paris and others between the Hamas, between Israeli, with the mediators. Please be serious and strike a deal.
Israel says many militants were killed as a result of the operation. Scores of dead and injured were brought to Rafah's Kuwaiti hospital, with local health ministry estimates for the death toll escalating with every hour. The focus of the fighting remains for now in Khan Yunis, the IDF saying it's going well, but it's not done yet. And when the operation begins for real in Rafah, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said evacuation back to the north is possible for the near 1.5 million people now living there.
The areas that we've cleared north of Rafah are plenty of areas there, but we're working out a detailed plan to do so. And that's what we've done up to now. We're not cavalier about this. This is part of our war effort to get civilians out of harm's way. It's part of Hamas's effort to keep them in harm's way.
Mr. Netanyahu believes that sending troops into Rafah is necessary to win the war against Hamas in its final stronghold and to bring the rest of the hostages home. But there is considerable international pressure, including from Israel's biggest ally, the United States, not to attack the city, and certainly not without a credible plan to protect civilians there. For all the positive news on the hostages, Israel has also announced overnight the death of 2 soldiers, Adi Eldor and Elon Kleinman, both 21 years old, killed in southern Gaza. Diana Magnay, Sky News, Jerusalem.